More than just a transitional phase, this exhibition looks at girlhood as a state in its own right. Girls at the MoMU in Antwerp does not view girls as daughters or muses, but takes them seriously as independent subjects. No voyeuristic gaze, no trivialization. This is the principle that curator Elisa de Wingaert sets out in the exhibition catalogue as the guiding approach. To this end, the museum collaborated with girls to include their perspective in the curation. Through photographs, films, fashion, and art, the exhibition explores how girls are represented, how they see themselves, what they wear, collect, read, and how it feels to be a girl. Using paintings, photos, and films, the exhibition questions the representation of girls in art. In doing so, it shows both the self-perception and the external perception of girlhood. Curator Elisa de Wingaert emphasizes that the term girl is meant to be explicitly inclusive. This allows for a wide variety of perspectives to find their place in the exhibition, including LGBTQ themes and views that were historically excluded from art history. Artist Frida Oropabu, for example, reflects on her upbringing as a black girl in Norway in her collage On Her Mind. Movies are also used to show how costume and plot have staged girlhood over the years. Scenes from films such as Marie Antoinette and Bonjour Tristesse are shown, with special attention given to the coming-of-age classic Virgin Suicides by Sofia Coppola. In addition to a replica set, the costumes worn by the protagonists in the film also find their place in the exhibition. What runs through different media and eras is the archetype of the ballet dancing girl. Starting with Edgar Degas' legendary sculpture, The Little 14-Year-Old Dancer, the ballet shoe can be traced all the way to Martin Margiela's deconstructed bag from his 2004 collection. A recent look from the 2025 collection by designer Simone Rochard revisits Degas' work and shows a girl in a tutu, but breaks with the classic ballet outfit through accessories and styling. In addition to the question of representation, many artworks deal with the question of what it feels like to be a girl. The artist Sophia Lai created multiple sculptures specifically for this exhibition. Foreigner in Your Own Body deals with questions of identity and the strangeness of one's own body, while The Dollhouse addresses the expectations placed on young women. A display case contains objects by artist Louise Bourgeois that were part of her performance She Lost It, which was first performed in 1992. The textile medium in particular offers Bourgeois a surface for reflection on what it actually means to be a girl, as the material is entirely associated with the feminine in art. Remorse, shame, and doubt are embroidered into the objects that were part of the performance. Outfits by various designers that deal with youth in different ways are exhibited together. Alongside Margiela, there is a look by Molly Goddard, who always embeds cuteness with contrasting elements, in this case, a ski hat and thick boots. Another ensemble is by Belgian designer Véronique Branquinho, who created a prom look with grunge influences in the early 2000s. In this row, Jenny Fax shows one of her Lolita dresses, which always have a slightly eerie feel to them in addition to their cuteness. In the exhibition catalogue, fashion scholar Morne Lang reflects on the blurred boundaries between girl and woman, which repeatedly play a role in fashion and can also be found in the looks on display. The exhibition also focuses on rites of passage by featuring white dresses. Author Wim Mertens points out that it is white dresses in particular that symbolize the purity and innocence of the girls and women who wear them in many of these rituals. Historical christening gowns, as well as photos and objects from First Communions, can be seen alongside dresses by Simone Rochard, who has repeatedly drawn inspiration from communion and wedding dresses in her collections. A whole series of objects seems to capture and preserve the fleeting nature of girlhood. Robert Gober's Untitled, a found shoe that he recreated in wax, contrasts the innocent form of the shoe with the abject physicality of real hair. Rooms designed specifically for the exhibition, such as the one by Shopovalovina, show completely cluttered girls' rooms that would be in a state of constant change in real life, but are still in this format. And two objects by Iris Häusler, in which she has integrated girls' dresses into wax, virtually freeze the mobility of the textile, and with that, also the moment of time of their being worn. The exhibition feels both nostalgic and contemporary. It focuses on both the sweet and cute aspects of girlhood, as well as characters such as the drug-addicted novel character Christiane F., whom Ralph Simons immortalized on a t-shirt. The exhibition is packed with new objects appearing at every turn, and so an ensemble seems to describe this tension between the shown artifacts particularly well. The treasure dress, which incorporates a variety of valuables, alongside the clutter bag. Both are made of accumulated stuff. This ambivalence between treasure and clutter, between cute and rebellion, between child and woman, is found in this exhibition. However, while the in-between is the theme of this exhibition, it establishes this position as something distinct and not exclusively fleeting.